I got a smile on my face, I got four walls around me. I got the sun in the sky, all the water surrounds me. Yeah, I win now, but sometimes I lose. I've been battered, but I never bruise. It's not so bad. And I say, wait, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. It's alright. Janie sings on the corner, what keeps her from dying? Let them say what they want, she won't stop trying. She might stumble if they push her around. She might fall, but she'll never lie down. It's not so bad. And I say, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. Life, there's always some sorrow. Yeah, but it's a double-edged knife, and there's always tomorrow. It's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep the faith and your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. Hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. It's alright. It's alright, it's alright. I got a smile on my face. Here's the announcement, lady.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody online. Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving! Thank you. So much to be grateful for. And right now, let's be grateful for the announcements. Yay! All right, let's get to this. The conference, we have 19.5 days to get the early bird special. November 1st, the ticket price for the conference goes up to full price, which will be $550. If you purchase your tickets now for the conference, and that's a all-access pass, pay, come as you go. If there's something in the conference you want to see, fabulous. Something, I'm going to go out and grab some lunch. You can come back in. It's great. Save $150 between now and October 31st. I'm out of breath from that song. I apologize. I'm like, Save $150 between now and October 31st. That's a big savings. I've been to a conference before. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's all day long. It's the evening. What are you doing?
I forgot to check the lyrics on that one song.
Oh, all right. Ignore him. There's nothing to see there. He's back. The conferences are fantastic. Like-minded people. The energy is out of this world. Music, speakers extraordinaire. It's just a great thing. And it's the first time that one is here. Previously, we've had to travel. You buy your plane ticket, you get your hotel, and your conference cost. Here, we take a few days off, have a holiday, and we're at home. Sleep in your own bed at night. So awesome. So buy your tickets. You can get them at the bookstore, or you can purchase them online. Classes are ongoing. Troward Wednesday evenings, Science of Mind 100, Sunday afternoons. Drop-in fee is $25. Our women's group, October 20th, it will not be happening, but the other Mondays, yes. Excellent, so just for this month. We have a couple of fundraising events that I've mentioned before, so just to remind you again, the Billy Joel and Elton John concert evening at Kerner Hall. If you purchase tickets to that and you put in the keyword crocodile, we get a percentage of the sales, percentage of the ticket sales. It's an evening of Elton John and Billy Joel music performed by some of Canada's top theatrical talent. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. November 12th and 13th, I believe, are the dates for that. And we also have Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet, and I'm going to call up Linda and Judy just to talk to you a little bit about that.
Good morning, everyone. How was everyone today?
Wonderful.
So very briefly, next Sunday is, Judy and I are organizing In My Girlfriend's Closets. Now, I brought my handbag up today because Lena's already put a bid in on this, but I am selling this next Sunday, plus a lot of other interesting things. I've got leopard jacket, I've got pashminas, I've gone through my closet. So please come and support us next Sunday. Support your community. And not only that, let's share some communion and some fun together. So next Sunday after service, and Jonathan has his classes, so we'll do it out in the front part of the sanctuary. So here's Judy with more to say. Thank you.
And yes, this is a fundraiser, so if you have 5 or 6 items, that would be great. Put prices on them. Last year, this is our 3rd one, and I bought a beaded belt that actually was one of yours, for $5. I got a sweater for $8. These are the kind of prices we're looking at. These things cost a whole lot more money, so it's a great place to get great clothes. Bring them on out. Come and join us. We'll see you next Sunday. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to turn the microphone over to there you are. There you are. Everybody put your hands together for Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Good. I have a couple of things I want to say. First of all, about Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet. I forgot what I was going to say. It's going to be one of those days, apparently. No, but I do want to say about this concert that's happening at Kerner Hall. I went and bought my tickets this week, and actually this is going to be a sold-out event, and it's going to be an incredible event. Get your tickets this week because there were not that many left in the section I was choosing. Of course, I was choosing the top-tier section, but that's just because that's how I am. But a portion of every ticket sale comes back to this center when you use and you have to put it in as the coupon code when you order your tickets. It'll show like a $1 savings on the coupon, but for every sale, a portion comes back to us, and it's a rather substantial portion. So please go take a look at that. The links are on our website under special events, and it's in the Friday email as well. About Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet, I remember now what I was going to say. One of the things that I love about Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet is we really encourage people to bring in great stuff. It's not just, bring in your old sorry, dear, sweatpants that, you don't want anymore. Allow those to go somewhere else. Somebody can use them, but we're here to bring in quality items. That's really part of the idea of Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet. So bring in some quality items. You get to then choose what you want to take away with you, and all of the benefit comes to the center. It's a really great benefit for the center. So please participate in that next week. So that's what I wanted to say about those things. How is everyone this morning? Awesome. It is such a pleasure to have you here. It is so good to be back. I love fall, and I really did come back into fall because it was still kind of summer when I left. But I have definitely come back into fall. But it's a joy to be here. We're going to launch off today with this great song by Eddie Watkins Jr. to get the blood pumping this morning. So I'm going to encourage all of you, if you want to stand up, and here we go. Good morning. Here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift up your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. All right, how you feeling? Awesome. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift up your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. In every walk of life. In every creed and color. In kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift up your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. All right, you can be seated. Sorry for doing that right in the microphone, Carmen. I get excited sometimes. So, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We celebrate an idea here, a singular idea, that there is only one power, one presence in this universe. It is a universal creative source, and it is love. That's what we are all made of. We are all made of love. So let's celebrate that today. I want to say welcome to anybody who's joining us for the first time. I want to say welcome to everybody who's joining us online as well, whether you're watching live right now or in the archive. It's a pleasure to know that you are with us in your own special personal way, and that we can offer that as well. Isn't that a good thing? So today, offering a bit of wisdom, and boy, this is a very wise woman, is our practitioner of the day and also the president of our board of trustees. Please welcome to the lectern, Helen Vello.
Hello. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I think there's so much to be thankful for. I feel so incredibly blessed in my life, and I'm always amazed at the way things unfold in my life. And I just want to tell you a brief story that a couple of years ago, when I was considering going into ministerial studies, I said, I really like to study with James Mellon. And so I thought all that was going to happen, and then Centers for Spiritual Living changed their educational program and said I needed to go to Holmes Institute. I started that process, and it wasn't feeling like it was flowing with ease and grace. And I thought, there has to be something else. And thanks to Jonathan, he said, oh, we'll check out Emerson Theological Institute. So I said, okay. And I sent them an email, and they said, send us your credentials, and I did that. And the next day, it was like, welcome. So I started my ministerial studies on my own, reading this big book, Spirits in Rebellion, The Rise and Development of New Thought. And I started that, and then in September, at the beginning of September, I get an email from James Mellon saying, I'm teaching ministerial classes at the Emerson Institute. If I want to join in, I'm welcome. So I went, thank you. My vision has manifested, and I'm starting with James at the end of the month. And he said, I asked him what I needed to do to prepare, and he said, well, Spirits in Rebellion is the book I'm having people read. Well, I was already reading it. So, I'm so grateful that everything has fallen into place with ease and grace. And I wanted to share something from Spirits in Rebellion, because this book, even though it's sludging through the history of New Thought, it's big book, small print, and yet there are some incredible gems. And I go, yes, thank you, and I am so grateful to be learning all of this. And the Metaphysical Club was started in Boston in 1895, and these incredible leaders such as Phineas Quimby, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Charles Brodie Patterson, they laid down the foundation of what New Thought is. And here's a little snippet. It goes on and on, but I'm giving you a little snippet. New Thought, as now taught, is a creation of a perpetually advancing mind. It is not satisfied with any system originating in other ages, because systems do not grow, while the mind does. Mind is always expanding and reaching out for a better definition of itself. As mind advances, old forms die because they no longer serve or satisfy man's needs. New Thought, therefore, can never be a finished project. I love that. And if it remains truly New Thought, it will never be completed enough to creedalize it, because change is the changeless law of the universe. Change is the changeless law of the universe. It's a bit of a mouthful to say. Indeed, change and growth are the silent mandates of divinity. Thought can never be final and still remain a thought. So there's this continuous expansion and learning and evolving and growing. And I am so excited by that, because that is sort of the mandate of my life. And as Jonathan said, he came to realize this week, is that I really don't stay in one place for very long. And I'm always moving and learning and changing and growing. And I'm excited by that. New Thought is definitely committed to finding and revealing the good and the beautiful in life. It is dedicated to the development of the latent possibilities in man. It teaches men, of course they said that in the 1800s, so people, to live, not to die. Revealing through the resonating mind and whispering inward voice of intuition the unity of themselves and God. I love this. I love it because it is this perpetual motion of expansion and evolvement and learning, and that's what life is. So I wanted to finish with a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson for Thanksgiving, and it goes like this. For each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends, for flowers that bloom about our feet, for tender grass so fresh, so sweet, for songs of bird and hum of bee, for all fair things we hear or see, Father in heaven, we thank thee. So your affirmation for today is, I give thanks today for my blessings, my goodness, my bounty. Please repeat after me. I give thanks today for my goodness, my bounty, my goodness. One more time. I give thanks today for my blessings, my bounty, my goodness. Namaste.
Helen. So I'm going to invite everyone to take a moment to reflect on what you've just heard. One of the things that I do love is that we are part of a larger philosophy. This center is a science of mind center. We don't get hung up on that term because we are part of a larger movement called the New Thought movement, and this movement has been around for quite a while. And a lot of people get confused because we say it's new thought, but it's ancient wisdom. The truth is, the new thought is your new thought. What do you bring to this? How do you evolve within this? How do you step forward into your own life and make it extraordinary? So today, as we honor Thanksgiving, as we honor gratitude in our own lives, allow that to be the point from which you express. So Tanis is going to lead us through how could anyone, and during that time of song, Helen will lead us through a spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. So I invite you all to simply relax right where you are and breathe.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Right here, right now, as I speak these words, I declare this knowing, this embodiment of this one divine creative power, this omniscient, omnipotent, omnipotent, and omniactive energy that is life, light, love, power, peace, beauty, and joy, expressing in and through all of creation, in and through each one of us in this community, each one of us in this world. This is the truth of who we are. We are God expressing in each and every moment. And in this moment, I open my mind, my heart, to evolve, to grow, to let go and release of anything, any thought that is a limitation, for there is nothing but love to be expressed in each and every moment. And I embody this truth, and I know it for each one of us here, that love, it is love that heals. It is love that brings peace on earth. It is love that is the expression of life. It is love that is the truth of who each and every one of us is in every moment. And feeling this presence of the divine, of God, everywhere present and within ourselves. I give thanks for all of our blessings, for the knowing of this truth, for the expression of this divine creative energy, and for the embodiment of love. As my word is spoken here, it is done. I release, I let go into that eternal law, knowing all is well and the creative energy of life flows. And together we say, and so it is.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you to Tanis Burnett, the Queen Street Band. So I got an email this week that made me laugh, because they, Pierre's emails do make me laugh when he sends these things out, talking about the song of the day, saying that we should all wear tight white pants, bell bottoms, right? You'll understand. Because this song is, is quite a anthem, really, in some ways, of the 70s. But here, please welcome for our featured song of the day. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
The road is long with a many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know
The road is long. It is long. It's infinite, really. The road is infinite. This is just one little, tick mark in the, our life is really one little tick mark in the infinite road of life. Because when we move on past this experience on this plane of action, we move on to the next thing. And so it's actually a really good feeling. One of the things that I love about New Thought is that we understand that because life is infinite, there is no fear. We don't have to live in fear of the unknown because there is only one known, and that is life is eternal. It's a really good thing, and for this I am grateful. For this I am grateful. This is my favorite holiday, and as an expat, if you saw my post on Facebook yesterday, as an expat from the United States, I get to celebrate this holiday twice. I love it. So it is Thanksgiving, my absolute favorite holiday. Part of that is because of the calorie intake, which is unfortunate for me these days, but it's good. It's good. I'm working on that. But it's a great reminder, and I'm glad that we get to be reminded of the power of gratitude. For me now, twice a year. But at the very least, once a year, we get to be reminded of the power of gratitude. And the power of gratitude is substantial. It is substantial. It is life-shifting. And if there is any place in your life where you cannot express gratitude, take a look at that and find the way to express gratitude. It is important. It is important. Because as Ernest Holmes wrote, behind every effect there is a cause. Now, should we allow that cause to be from a place of gratitude or from a place of regret? Because I can tell you the more powerful, life-affirming place to come from is to allow that to be from a place of gratitude. Behind every effect there is a cause. This is the basic premise of what we teach. We really don't teach anything else. We teach cause and effect, period. Whether you believe in God or some higher power or universal presence or whatever, that doesn't even really matter, except that we believe, what we teach, is that your use of the law of cause and effect is more powerful when you understand that place from which it comes, which is the universal. Because none of us are alone in this. That's why I love this song. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. It's a call to an understanding of our interdependence. I rely on every single one of you to be in my life, to make my life fulfilling. I don't do that on my own. Because you are here, my life is fulfilling. And I recognize that in the faces of every single person I encounter. Because of their presence on this plane of action, I am fulfilled. It's a great, great thing. So behind every effect, there is a cause. And the key word here is every. Behind every effect, there is a cause. And I think sometimes we think that these effects just show up willy-nilly. Oh my gosh, I have no money in my bank account. Well, there's a cause to that experience in the world of effect. There is a cause to it. And it may be that there, on some fundamental level, there is a belief in you that you can experience lack. The truth is, none of us ever truly experience lack because we're all part of the infinite whole. So how could we ever truly be experiencing lack when we really recognize that? Because there is so much more in this universe than just the money we get. And a lot of people come to this philosophy because they're like, ooh, they talk about money, and I can get money, right? Yes, we do, and you can. But understanding that abundance is so much more than that is what brings money and attracts money into your experience. So behind every effect, there is a cause. So for everything that you're experiencing, there's some cause back of it. Spiritual ideas are the cause to physical effects. Spiritual ideas. Every thought that you have, every idea that you have, every belief that you have, every feeling you have is born of a spiritual nature. And so everything that flows forth in the physical world is the result of that. That is the law of cause and effect. So it all happens in perfect balance, right? And it's all happening in perfect balance according to the belief with which those spiritual ideas are infused. Gratitude deepens belief. Gratitude deepens belief. That's one of the ways that we can deepen belief. First, though, we have to recognize that a belief exists before we can deepen it, really. Right? Many, many people are walking through life without any idea, any clue as to what their actual beliefs are, and their lives are falling apart around their ears. That's some people's experience, nobody in this room, certainly. But if something does not seem right in your life, there is a belief behind it that can shift it. You know, and a lot of times I'll say, you know, because it sounds like blame when I say, if there's something happening in your life, you're responsible for it, right? That's not really what I choose to talk about today. Today I talk about if there's something happening in your life, there is a belief within you that can be shifted, and that physical effect will shift. Period. That's the way this stuff works. But how do you do this? That's the eternal question. That's why people come to class, so they can learn how to master this. How do you do this? The how is actually done in a couple of steps. Pretty easy, actually. First of all, you have to recognize that a belief exists. How do you know that a belief exists? As you state something, as you express yourself in some way, check in with that inner voice. What is that inner voice telling you? For instance, I'll go back to the money paradigm. If you are stating aloud, I am infinitely abundant, and there's that inner voice in you that's saying, no, you're not. The inner voice is the belief that is going to set the limit to your experience. So if you're saying, and we do this, right? We do affirmations. Helen led us in an affirmation today. So let's say the affirmation, I am abundant. I am abundant. Modify that. I am infinitely abundant. I am infinitely abundant. What is happening with that inner voice right now? Check in right in this moment. What is happening with that inner voice? Because that inner voice is giving you a clue as to what the belief is that's actually at play. So once we uncover this belief, now many of you may be going, oh, well, my belief is exactly in accordance with exactly what I experience, which is infinite abundance. There is more. There's always more. How any of us are truly experiencing infinity, I don't know. Do you have infinite money? Anyone in this room have infinite money? Not a single hand went up. Once you recognize the belief, then there's the starting point for the work. And the work goes like this. Once you recognize the belief is there, determine what you want to believe. Now, it can very well be, oh, wait, this belief that I've discovered actually is in line with my most extraordinary life, so I'm going to hold on to that. Allow that to continue to be your experience. But if it is something that you do not want to experience any longer, this is the work. Determine what you want to believe. Ruminate on the new belief. Let those doubts come up and combat the doubts with spiritual truth so you can eliminate them. Before long, using only your mind, you will have shifted the belief. And as I always say, it's work until it's not work. And it's okay to engage in the work. We encourage engaging in the work. That's what every single practitioner student is doing. They're engaging in some very deep work. It's what everyone who comes to class is doing, engaging in the work of shifting their beliefs to lead more constructive and extraordinary lives. One of the things that happens, though, for people who are new to this philosophy is they do sometimes feel like life is out of control. Has anyone ever felt that like life is out of control? That's not a rhetorical question. Has anyone ever felt like life is just out of control? I have. Perhaps we have felt that way. My encouragement to you now is to recognize that you are the point at which all of this is expressing itself, and you can feel it less and less. You can take control of your life. It really boils down to the uncovering of erroneous beliefs. And this opens us up to a deeper experience of a constructive life. Shifting erroneous beliefs puts us back in control, puts us in the driver's seat. Because there are plenty of things happening in the subconscious mind that are showing up. They are showing up. Are you going to now train your subconscious mind to only accept the things that are good for you? Or are you going to continue to let whatever shows up show up? The more you practice this, the more it becomes second nature. I came into this philosophy in 2005, which overall, that doesn't seem like very long ago. And it's really not. I mean, there are people who are sitting in this room who've been in it much longer than I have, and they're probably now wondering, why the heck is he our spiritual director? He's only been in it for 9 years. It's because I came to a place of understanding that dedicated practice to this in my life shifts everything. When it becomes second nature, that's when I really knew that I had achieved something to step beyond just the willy-nilly life that I used to lead. And in the shifting of this belief, what I discovered is that it is imperative to give thanks. It is imperative to give thanks. So every Thanksgiving, there's a quote that comes to mind, and it's this wonderful quote of Ernest Holmes. I put it into the email on Friday, and he writes this: "In everything, give thanks." And I want to point something out. I'm going to do the rest of the quote, but I want to point something out. He doesn't say in some things give thanks. He says in everything give thanks. So even the things that seem not so great, give thanks for them, because they are showing you something that you can now shift. They are a lesson. So in everything, give thanks. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. Gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. Gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. Basically, what he's saying there is that when we know who we are, gratitude simply flows forth. We cannot help but being grateful for this understanding. And in that embodiment of unity, which is no separation between the divine energy and the self, it's who and what we are. When we are in that place and gratitude is flowing forth, our lives cannot help but unfold brilliantly. I have always loved that particular quote, especially, I love it. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. When I was working as the administrator. I forget. When I was working as the administrator for the NoHo Art Center for New Thought in Southern California, which is now the Global Truth Center, I came across this quote one year when James was asking me to prepare for him a number of thank you cards, and I found this quote: "An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven." And I made all of these beautiful cards that James then was able to sign and put personal notes in and send it out. But that quote has always stuck with me. There are a lot of things in this very large book that stick with me. That's one of the chief ones. I also, in looking at this quote today, I went back and I looked to see what heading it was under in the book, because it actually comes quite late in the book, and it's actually in the part where he is talking about the metaphysical aspects of the New Testament. Yes. Ooh. A lot of what Ernest Holmes is talking about actually is covered in the New Testament, and he takes us through an understanding of that. We don't lay into that quite so much here, but I do occasionally. See me on Christmas. It comes under the heading, that particular quote, the heading is constant prayer. Constant prayer. I hold to this idea, and this is one of the major aspects of my ministry that I am looking to teach people. Our lives truly shift for the better when we realize that life is a prayer. Life is a prayer. Everything you think, everything you say, everything you do, everything you believe, everything you feel is showing up in your experience. Life is a prayer. When we shift to the place of trusting in the law of good, where no doubt can take hold, then we can live the life we have imagined. But really understanding life is a prayer. The expression of life is the result of that prayer. That really changes everything, because you become more aware in every moment, not just here on a Sunday morning, and not just when you come to class. You become aware in every part of your life. As you walk down the street, when you recognize and know that life is a prayer and everything I think is showing up in some way, and you start to see the world around you, how is it showing up? You then get to take the responsibility for yourself to shift it if it's not working for you, or to hold on to it if it is. Gratitude within this is so important that it's actually been formalized as one of the steps in the method of prayer that we teach. Gratitude is so important that we actually teach it as part of prayer. And if you listened to Helen, when you listen to any one of us, any practitioner, get up on a Sunday or in class, wherever we go, and when you hear us pray, you will always hear. Just going to point out to the practitioner interns to remember that you will always hear gratitude as part of the prayer, right? Yes. That's never been an issue, but some things cannot be said enough. So listen closely to every prayer you hear. There's always gratitude expressed within. To give thanks carries us past the doubt. I want you to really hear that. To give thanks carries us past any doubt. Because you would never say thank you. You would never express gratitude for something you had not already received. Gratitude is a great way of going immediately into acceptance. And there are other benefits to practicing gratitude. Scientifically proven benefits. Scientifically proven benefits. It brings us happiness in general. It brings us happiness, right? When you express gratitude, don't you feel happy? Yes. It reduces anxiety and depression. It strengthens our immune system, lowers blood pressure. We sleep better. It strengthens relationships. It promotes forgiveness. And it elicits more compassion and more altruism. These are things that gratitude just does. By stepping into the expression of gratitude in our lives, all of this opens up to us in more profound ways. And it's more than an activity. Gratitude is more than an activity. It is not just the activity of, thank you, Helen, thank you. Right? It's more than that. Gratitude is a deepening into feeling. Living an embodiment of gratitude deepens us. It actually makes us, not that you can be closer to God, but the sensibility is we recognize our closeness with God and as God when we practice gratitude. So this is today's lesson. Allow yourself to review and reflect upon the good in your life. And then, once you recognize the good, do it once more with feeling. Once more with feeling, the feeling of gratitude. ultimately what you're cultivating in this type of practice is a lifelong attitude that has infinite benefit. Infinite benefit. And there are myriad ways of engaging in this practice of gratitude. One of my favorites, keep a gratitude journal, right? Write down every single day in your gratitude journal a minimum of 5 things that you are grateful for having experienced that day. Write thank you letters. You know, I'm not as good at that as I should be, partially because I grew up in a technological age, and the art of writing thank you letters is a dying practice in a technological age. Do you feel this? It's sad. But I guarantee you, if you sit down and you write out longhand and in cursive, that they're not teaching cursive in schools anymore blows my mind, or not cursive, it doesn't matter. But if you write out a note of thanks to somebody and give it to them, just look at the effect that you have on their life and how it makes you feel. I mean, how nice is it to receive a note of thanks? Also, take time to savor the good. Take time to savor all the good in your life. Slow down. Allow yourself the opportunity to experience it all in its fullness. One of the guests that we're having as a keynote speaker at the 2015 conference is Dr. Joan Borisenko, who wrote an excellent book called Inner Peace for Busy People. One of the things that is encouraged within that book is that regardless of how busy you are, you're never too busy to slow down. None of us are too busy to slow down. Ultimately, gratitude is the recognition of a gift given. Your life is the gift. Live it in gratitude. Really, the 13th century German theologian and Christian mystic Eckhart von Hochheim, commonly known as Meister Eckhart, stated it in the most succinct way I've ever heard it. And this is a translation, so obviously he was writing in German. But the English translation is this: if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. Living life in gratitude is living a life of prayer. When we live within this attitude of gratitude, we shift our lives individually, and as a result, all of us awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence and create a world that works for everyone. Namaste. Yeah, let me just grab that one here.
Thank you, Jonathan, for your wonderful teachings.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving Sunday, everyone. My name is Margaret Ann Snyder, and I am a licensed practitioner here at the center. And this is the time of the service where we pass those baskets, those sacred baskets. You have drawn your money to you with your loving consciousness and your ability to receive. To share your money and your loving consciousness, I invite you to take your offering, your tithe, or your automatic donation stick in your hands to bless it, to bless your gift. And I will say a short little blessing. If it feels right for you, you can repeat it after me. Infinite love flows through me, and I am grateful. Together. Infinite love flows through me, and I am grateful. And once more. Infinite love flows through me, and I am grateful. Our offerings are one of the vehicles by which our loving consciousness and our ability to give support this center. In essence, love and energy comes to this center through you, through us. And those who are online, your computer mouse and the donate button are in essence your basket. I know and trust the Board of Trustees of this center receive these loving offerings to send them out again for the highest service and betterment of this center. Let's celebrate this giving and receiving with a song. And the song is My God is My Good, and it's on page 22.
32. I might have told you 22 earlier. I apologize. It's 32. My good is my God. My God is my good. All the good there is
belongs to me.
My good is my God. My God is my good. All the good I see
Belongs to me.
That's my new capital G. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My God is my good. I have all I ever need. My good is my God. My good is my joy. My joy is my good. All the good there is
Belongs to me.
My good is my joy. My joy is my good. All the good I seek
Belongs to me.
That's my truth. Capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My God is my good. I have all I ever need. My good is my God. 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 My good is my God.
And I'd like to invite Helen Villo up to say a blessing over the baskets, these sacred baskets.
In this moment of giving thanks for all of our blessings, all that we have received today from each community member, I know there's only one. Only one. It is God expressing, giving, and receiving infinitely and abundantly. It is in and through each one of us. It is life expressing in this abundant manner. So for all that we have received today, I say thank you. For all that we continue to receive throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, I say thank you, knowing that it is honored, respected, and used for the highest and best good of this center. In this knowing, I am grateful. In this knowing, I say thank you. Thank you for this divine energy called life, called spirit, called God. I release my word, knowing and trusting that all is well, and so it is.
You win.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. Thank you, Helen. I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to take this back. I am grateful. I am grateful for this community. I'm grateful for every single person who makes this community a reality in my life. And that's every single one of you. I'm grateful for you showing up today, not just here, but in your own lives. I'm grateful to Pierre Gautreau, Tanis Burnett, the entire band. I'm grateful to Linda for these beautiful flowers. I'm grateful to Helen. I'm grateful for Charose for her beautiful meditation this morning. I want to tell you, if you're not here for meditation, you're missing something special. I will encourage you all to show up for meditation at 10:30 on a Sunday morning. It's awesome. Awesome. I am grateful for Judy and Jim, our board members today. I'm grateful for Margaret Ann for her service today. I am grateful to Lori, Linda, Lynette, Marg. I'm grateful to Carmen in our sound booth. I'm grateful to Cara on our webcast. I am grateful. And I allow this feeling of gratitude to flow forth and express itself in myriad ways in my life. And so as we step into this final moment of, the technical term is benediction, allow yourself to resonate with gratitude in this moment, for that is what benediction is truly all about, gratitude. Allow yourself to resonate with the truth, which is there is only one thing going on, and that is love. With a breath. Love only, forgive everything. Remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything. Remember who you are. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Love only, forgive everything. Remember who you are. And so right here in this moment, I recognize and know that there is a singular power for good in this universe. It is a power that is only good and unfolding in great, magnificent ways by means of each and every one of us. For we are each of us an individualized expression of this power, and there is nothing separate from it. There is God only and nothing else. There is love only and nothing else. There is this universal creative spirit only and nothing else. Each of us using it perfectly in all ways, in everything we think, say, and do. It is unfolding as our lives. And so I claim for each and every one of us that we utilize this power more magnificently and more purposefully. Each and every one of us is that point at which God is expressing. And so I call upon the greatness of this divine presence to reveal itself in all our doings. I know that it expresses itself in terms of infinite health, infinite abundance, the most expansive, creative expression, and in perfect relationships. I know that this is the point from which all in my life is unfolding, and I trust that this is the truth for every single person here, every single person who is touched by us, every single person online, every single person we encounter. Each of us is love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy, wisdom. This is the point from which I choose to express my life. And for this, I live in eternal gratitude, allowing myself to be filled with this feeling of gratitude, knowing that this is the fuel which flames that fire of life. And so life unfolds beautifully. for it can do nothing but. And so I simply allow it to unfold, stepping out of the way. I simply allow it to demonstrate itself in its fullness and in its greatness. I trust, and in full faith, I simply let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Love only, forgive everything. Remember who you are. And we're going to kick this into the street with this feeling with this great song of the Beckwiths, Ricky and Michael Beckwith. You guys ready?
It's on page 8 if you don't know it.
I sang this last week in service too at the Global Truth Center, and they said, "Oh, well, you should sing it this week." Okay. There was a time in my life
Tell us about it, Jonathan.
I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my face I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Have a great week, everyone.